Guys, welcome to another amazing episode of the Boston Chris podcast. I am your host, Boston Chris, and we have a treat for y'all this week. We are chatting with my buddy, Mr. Rich O'Toole, this week. 50 million plus Spotify streams, and that, I believe that includes other platforms as well. Super excited to have Rich on the show today. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff from him entering rehab. We talk about his online misunderstanding or whatever it was with Zach Bryan. We talk about the new single last year with Bun B and Paul Wall. So much other stuff with Rich. A lot of fun today. I hope you guys will check it out. Again, if you like this kind of content and you enjoy the episode, make sure you hit the like button down below. If you want to see more like this, we release 2 episodes every single weekend. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, which is completely free. And yeah, we could have more people watching. So hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, and let's get into it with Mr. Rich O'Toole.
It's time to jam. It's time to mingle. It's time to see what everyone's drinking. It's time to jam. It's time to mingle. It's time to see what everyone's drinking. Until we all lose connection.
Hey y'all, this is Pauline Reese. Thanks for tuning in to the Boston Chris Show.
Hey guys, Boston Chris back with another amazing episode of the Boston Chris podcast, and we have an old friend, Mr. Rich O'Toole, back on the show. It's been a minute since you and I talked in person.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I remember. If you remember, it was right after your wreck that we chatted for my old podcast back in the day. So it's been
Man.
whenever that was.
I've had such a weird career.
Yeah.
I was telling some other day, it's like I had that car accident right after American Kid came out in 2017, and then my other album was coming out and COVID hit, and I'm like, I've never gotten a shot to really promote a record.
Right. It's always been kind of wonky with you, hasn't it?
No, man, it's some bad luck. It's taught me some good life lessons, though. You
Yeah.
know, honestly.
Well, you're a survivor too, and that I think that's part of it, right? Like, it just seems like you always have to survive, and
Yeah.
I mean that's the hard part. You want to try to get ahead, but you're always just barely getting by. It's hard to even get through that to get ahead. You know what I mean? So I know that you have gone to rehab, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I have kind of an icebreaker question, and I ask everybody. This is not just you, and that is, what are your favorite drinks right now? So I know it's going to be a non-alcoholic answer at this point, right?
Yeah, for sure. You know, the rehab thing I went because we'll get into that, but it was more for anxiety. But I mean, I was using a lot of just wine and beer to cope, and I was just gotten so sick of it.
Yeah.
So when I was drinking, I drank a lot of red wine. I just love red wine and cheese and cigars. Non-alcoholic, man, I just love Coke Zero. I don't know what it is about Coke Zero. It's just so good. I'm not a Diet Coke guy, but man, I love some Coke Zero.
Yeah. See, I'm a Pepsi Zero, especially the wild cherry. I'm really.
Oh,
digging
God.
that. I got to tell
Yeah.
you, man, you look great, man. You really do. You
Oh,
look great.
thanks, man.
How you feeling? You feeling good too?
Yeah, I feel good. You know, I think there's probably a little bit of cross addiction with, like, you know, drinking too much coffee or stuff like that. You know, it's like I was so used to just drinking beer and wine all the time
Yeah.
that it just got to a point where I'm trying to figure out life without going to a bar. You know, usually by 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock right now, I'd definitely be 3 or 4 beers deep, you know, having a good time at a bar somewhere. I really enjoyed that. So just trying to figure out life. Trying to find fun things to do sober. That's the hardest part.
Yeah. And trying, like,
So-
I know from reading and researching you a little bit, like, part of that coping mechanism was to kind of turn your thoughts off, you know, just because your brain is so active all the time. So,
Yeah.
I realize, I imagine there's probably a pretty tough balancing act there, because I'm sure the addictions, well, no matter what they are, whether they're alcohol or drugs or food or coffee, whatever they are, that's there to help you kind of turn your brain off. But at the same time, with alcohol and drugs, it turns off the feeling process too, which is really important in music and creativity, I imagine.
Yeah, I always wrote sober, so I didn't have trouble with that.
Okay.
I liked writing with caffeine buzz, so I'd wake up in the morning. But when I was drinking, I didn't write because of that reason. I didn't like writing, with a buzz. And it is, man. My brain is just so fast. It just runs, man. And so for me, uh, I'm battling it right now a little bit. Like, I'm fine during the day. In the mornings, I get up super early, start drinking coffee. By 2 o'clock, have my cigar, and then I'm like, okay, I'm still working. I'm still hustling. I'm still like writing. I'm still doing all my stuff that I do that's fun and art. And then I want my brain to shut off. And now it's kind of not having my red wine or beer. I'm like, dang, how do I shut it off? And so I'm trying to find ways of meditation and exercise to do that. So I'm new at being sober. I've always thought I could do the rest of my life with caffeine and red wine. That was my balance. Call it the Nashville Speedball.
Yeah.
But it's I'm trying to find a way just at nighttime to be able to shut the brain off.
You mentioned meditation. Have you thought about yoga? I know it might sound funny, but have you tried yoga?
No, I've done it a couple times. I'm real claustrophobic, so I'm trying to get over that as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I'm stuck in that room with a bunch of like middle-aged moms, I'm just like, am I the weird guy? What am I doing in here? I started to panic a little bit.
So, man, I just find pretty areas. I'll go to the lake or out on a dock or a garden or something like that and just throw down a yoga pad and I'll do my yoga out there. And,
yeah.
I never do it inside, ever. Like, it's never an inside thing for me. It's always outdoors, so...
That's a good point. I should find an outdoor yoga because most of them are like in classes and stuff.
Yeah, I usually just go wherever I want to go, and like a YouTube University, somebody that's doing a yoga thing, and I'll just follow whatever they're doing on the YouTube, and and away I go. It sounds funny, but it really does. It's the first time I'm mentioning this on the show, so this will be breaking news for people out there that may not know that Boston Chris does yoga. Crazy, I know. But yeah, I wanted to mention that for you because it does help with slowing down the brain. I have the same issue as you, like just always going. And then for me, I really struggle getting to sleep because that's when it hits me the most is when I lay down to sleep and everything's quiet. So for me, like I have to have noise, like really heavy noise in my ears to kind of shut my brain down and just to be able to sleep. It's crazy.
That's a good point. I'm trying to sleep without the TV on. I'm really trying to go to sleep just reading a book, and that's been really hard. And I've always had trouble sleeping. And that was one reason why I used alcohol too. Mm-hmm. Was I just drank enough until I got super tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I used it for everything, man. That's why. And I'm not one of those guys that's going to be like, oh, I'm sober forever. I think I will be because I can't imagine going back to that. But man, it really, when people are like, does it work? It does work. Yeah. Drink 12 beers, it'll put you to sleep. Mm-hmm. But then the next day I'm having so much severe anxiety attacks that it's just not worth it. So right now I'm trying to find maybe some chamomile tea. I'm 41. That sounds so lame right now. But I'm just trying to find teas and meditation and things to help just be a normal person, man.
Yeah, we got to find what works for us, individually. And I don't think any of that sounds crazy, man. You got to do what's best for you. And so what ultimately led you to actually go to seek help? Was it mostly the anxiety?
Mostly anxiety. I couldn't stop, and I didn't want to, I was getting, especially every now and then being on TV and shows and the way my clothes fit and my brain, alcohol wasn't working anymore. It was the medicine that I used forever and I loved it. So I had to go in, I had to get sober. My body wasn't going to be able to do it. I could have gone another 10 years, but I would have just been a, sweaty, gross mess. And I just wouldn't have been a good person to be around. And I just knew that there was time to do it. It was something where I was like, my medicine's not working anymore. And it sucks that I had to use that because I would still like to go out and join my buddies for beers and have red wine with my cheese and stuff like that. But it doesn't work anymore. It makes it worse the next day. It's just such a Band-Aid. So I just woke up one day after, 7 days of drinking wine, about to go on tour, then realizing, well, I can't do radio. I can't do some podcast. I'm going to be sweaty. I'm going to be jittery. I'm going to be doing the podcast drunk, which I've been doing the last 2 years. And, you let things slip when you're kind of buzzed. You're not the best person. I think that I'm really sarcastic. And so it was just time for Rich 2.0 to be born.
Yeah, that's and you're very, very active on social media too. And,
yeah.
you know, when things don't always, you know, the messages you send over text and social media is not exactly always what you mean, too, right?
Right. Oh,
So
yeah, for sure.
You got to be real careful of that, too. So, like, being in control of yourself, I imagine that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're buzzed. You know, you're buzzed at, you know, that happened with me with the Zach Bryan thing. You
Yeah.
know, when I saw that and you know, his fans were attacking my fans and back and forth. You know,
It was
during that
nuts,
whole time,
man.
just drinking, I was like saying things that I probably shouldn't have said.
Well, I was going to say, do you regret that? Because I don't think you were accusing Zach or Yellowstone of like outright maliciously stealing your song, right?
No, it wasn't. It was the same exact guitar lick. I mean, it's that song has been done like 8 times so throughout history with the same A minor chord progression.
Right.
It was the guitar lick is identical. I mean, it's note for note. So that is copyrighted. You know, I still have a case, and I don't know if we're in the sue or not. I don't think we are. I don't want any more beef. I think that was so horrific. But it is. I mean, it is the same song, and I don't want any more stuff because I actually like Zach Bryan's music, and I actually like him as a person. And that's what, and I wasn't trying to come across that way. I was just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
can we just research it? Can your people talk to my people? And if it's the same song, maybe cut me like a 10%, you know, royalty check for it because, like, you know, it is creative art.
Yeah.
But no, I you know, and then doing that, I would have to drink more at night just to like handle reading those comments from his fans that were so brutal. Like, oh, this chubby, washed-up loser is 41. He's just trying to get after Zach for fame. And it's like, guys, look, I've had 20 songs on the radio. I'm not trying to get famous, man. We're already kind of known in this scene. I don't need the fame. I just want to do what's right is right.
Yeah.
You know. So that was tough.
How much of that do you
was
think was
awful.
kind of an extension of the whole John Hollister scam? Do you think you would have still kind of reacted the same way if that hadn't happened?
I don't know. I'm not real familiar with that. What is that?
So apparently, I was reading through Saving Country Music that there were 122 artists that were victims.
Yes, I've been a major victim of it. I'm sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought you'd been John Moreland or something with his
No.
with
John Hollister
Turnpike.
was the name of the fake artist
Yes.
that
Yeah, he ripped off
redistributed.
like 3 of my records.
Right.
So I
there
never
was
got paid
there was
for that.
eight of your songs apparently were part of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that alone was probably $40,000 worth of music. So I'm sitting here I'm a small mom and pop shop, and I'm your local bakery.
Right.
I'm paying for everything. I break even every year. I mean, just producing records and stuff. So yeah, I did have a lot to do with that. It was more of a, all right, look, man, you just sold your catalog for $350 million. You're on Yellowstone. You're on top of the world. Why are you using the same guitar riff? And if you are, just admit it and, you know, let me have like 10% of whatever that song makes, man.
Yeah.
We're all trying to make it out here. So I still like Zach Bryan a lot. I still like his music, and it did bring me a lot of press. So I'm very thankful for that. And so I just, you know, if he's listening, man, there's no beef at all. I just
Cool.
was just asking.
Did you ever actually like chit chat with him directly? Was there any kind of direct messaging between the two of y'all?
You know, I'll say this, and I did write him a really sweet letter a really nice Instagram message, a letter. What am I, like in the 30s? I wrote him. I was having a phosphate at the drugstore.
Dear Zach, I hope this
Zachary.
letter finds you well.
Dear Zachary. No, I wrote him a really sweet message. I was like, hey, man, because I sent out a funny tweet about his lyrics. I said, is that, I go, that's one of my old haikus from when I was 13, joking, thinking he would cut the ice.
Just fucking around.
And he responded back like, "Oh, this Tool's at it again." And I was like, "No.
You were kidding.
I was just trying to break the ice, man.
Yeah.
Like this is months later." So I sent a message over a DM on Instagram and said, "Hey, man, I like what you do. I'm a big fan. It's all good. No beef. Let's go have a beer sometime or something." And he just instantly blocked me on everything.
Yeah, well, that's
so he didn't take the high road. I honestly, on that aspect, I think Zach was wrong for that. He should have been like, "Yeah, Rich, let's figure this out." Or,
well,
hey, let's go have a
hopefully
beer
you
and
guys will
talk.
get the chance to bury the hatchet in person at some point because, you know, I know Zach has had some back and forths with other people, like notably Travis Tritt was one.
Yeah.
You know, and they buried the hatchet. They met in person, and hopefully that can happen, man. I'd like to see that for y'all as well.
I think he's a good guy, and I would love that. And I wish him the best. And was just kind of defending my product. That's all.
Yeah, and I was following a lot of that when it was happening. I wasn't podcasting at the time. I wish I was.
Oh God, yeah, we
yeah.
should have jumped. I didn't really do any press with it.
Yeah, it would have been cool to do
time.
something like that because, like, I didn't feel like you were being malicious at all. I didn't feel like you were being, like you did this on purpose and blah blah blah. I just think you wanted your 2 cents, your whatever, because it was partly yours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think you were saying, look, you heard my song and you stole it directly from my song. I never got that vibe from you at all. And I know other people did. And I thought I wanted to be able to have you clear that up. You know what I mean?
100%. No, I really didn't try to. Even when I was, at night, I'd drink a bottle of wine and then get on Twitter and be like, I was still nice about it, I thought.
Yeah,
So
I thought so too.
Yeah.
What really pissed me off, though, is, like, people thought you were trying to, like, seek clout for all of that shit. And I'm like, Rich O'Toole's been around for 20 years, bro. Like, where you guys been? You know what I mean?
Zach was in middle school when I started.
Right. I'm like, dude.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to jump anyone's
come on,
coattails,
man.
dude.
Like, that, and I mean, just that song, Take My Heart's been out since, what, 2014?
2014,
like
yeah.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
And he drove around in his car blasting it, like making fun of me. So I had every reason to be like, "What the hell, man?"
Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, anyway, it's crazy stuff. Let's go back to kind of the beginning. You were kind of born and raised in Houston, right? Like Southeast Texas.
I was, yeah.
And I love that because the evolution of your music has always been very Houston-ish, right? Southeast Texas. There's a lot of Beaumont sound in what you do from time to time. So talk about like the geographic influences on your music growing up.
I grew up on like 90s country.
Yeah.
So like Clint Black, George Strait. My mom would do her makeup to Rock 101. So I kind of had that ZZ Top edge.
Yeah.
Around her for some reason. I don't know why. I think she liked Stevens and Pruitt in the morning. But my dad would listen to 90s country and, he tried to sing the radio. There was no musical influence in my family. But so when I got to like 14, 15 years old, I started playing the guitar. And my buddy Brian Kuhn he had tapes of Lyle Lovett and Guy Clark and Todd Snyder and, Townes Van Zandt and Lyle Lovett and Robert O'Keefe. And so I became obsessed with Robert O'Keefe. And my thought was, wait a second, these guys do this for a living? They're not on the radio. In the 90s, you couldn't comprehend that. You thought you had to be like on Kick or on 100.3 The Bull or whatever to be somebody. These guys, I went and saw Charlie Robeson, I think, when I was like 16 or 17. And I was about to go to A&M, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be on a tour bus and like just write Songwriter cool songs and just play to like a couple hundred people. And that's why I chose it. And so that's the influence was really that Houston-based songwriting clique, out of the 70s and 80s and getting a hold of their old, tapes and CDs is what really did it for me.
Did the Houston, like, rap and hip-hop scene ever kind of get in there, too? Because obviously you have the single with Bun B and Paul Wall and all that. And that's a big part of Houston, I feel, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I remember I traded my senior year of high school, I traded my 1986 Chevrolet in for like a 1996 Lexus, and I put limo tint on it, and we just smoked weed in it all day long and listened to Paul Wall and Little Kiki. We thought we were the coolest kids ever, and that's what Houston rap will do to it. Not in a negative way. I'm not putting that down. Me and Bun B and Paul are really good friends, and we talk about it, but man, I love that Houston rap because it was so local. They were just rapping about restaurants I went to. They was rapping about, pulling a chick out of a bar and it was like, I know that bar. So it was like you looked up to those guys in the Houston rap scene because it was just like Texas country. They were just saying about what they know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Man, I loved it. I loved it. So that's really what shaped me was listening to Houston rap, listening to Robert O'Keefe and that crew, and then morphing it together as a songwriter, as a poet. That's kind of what got me. Really
I love that. And I mean, then the opportunity somehow comes to be for Roll to G-Town to be kind of a remix. So tell us how that came to be with Bun B and Paul Wall and all that stuff.
Me and Bun have been friends for a while. We met like 12 years ago. We played a concert together at the U of H thing. They do like this chili cook-off. And I followed him on Twitter. He followed me. And then I reached out to him and was like, hey, man, I got a couple extra passes to this Texans game. And he was like, yeah, me and my wife would like to go. And we became friends, man. That was 10 years ago. And now I'm in a group chat with him and Jenny Johnson, the famous comedian.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, and so we talk every day. He's become like a big bro. He did my intro to American Kid in 2017. And then we've always been trying to find something to do. He had a track for me to sing on, him and the guy, man, who was it? Manny Fresh was going to do this country kind of concept, and I was going to sing on that. We couldn't make that happen. And then I came to him and I was like, why don't you and Paul Wall rap over a roll of G-Town? And man, they got in the studio and just knocked it out. Those guys are so talented off the cuff.
It's so
they're just
good,
rapping
man.
that live. And I was like, wow, it is. Like, I wish I would have made the Ghost album. I'm glad it's a single, but those guys did such a great job on that song.
Yeah, it's just so quintessential Texas, right? Like,
it really is.
In so many different
Galveston.
ways. Yes, yeah.
And no one's rapping about Galveston.
No, absolutely not. Like, what is that, bro? Like, I imagine people from outside of Texas are like, what the hell is G-Town, right?
Yeah, I remember someone on there was like, you talking about Georgetown, like outside of DC? I'm like, no, Galveston.
Godly.
That was before the Charles Barkley thing. We should have put a Dirty Water reference.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great. Oh man. So yeah, you're chatting about kind of songwriting and your geographic influences, which I love, because one thing that I love about Texas, and obviously I wasn't born here or anything like that. Got here as quick as I could. 2001, I've been here, so a long time. But what I love about Texas is like the genres here are so jumbled, right? Like you have Texas country, but Texas country alone has so many different vibes and styles mixed in, like from southern rock, classic rock, the Towns effect too, right? Like all of that kind of roots rock kind of stuff too. How would you describe your own genre? Because this is always really hard for a Texas artist, I think.
And for me too. I mean, I always say I'm like the boy named Sue, like goofy name, Rich O'Toole. The name right there alone just makes people mad sometimes. Oh, what a tool,
Yeah.
I've had to fight my own way because I didn't really put out country music. I was putting out more like songwriter rock. My stuff would have fit in more like with the Gin Blossoms or something. And here I am trying to open up for Andy Rogers and Josh Abbott and, Kreger and these guys that are putting out real country music.
Successfully, too, opening up.
Successfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually out with a Telecaster turning my amp up real loud. And this is before Co Wetzel and Whiskey Myers, so before there was rock and roll.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like Texas, we say red dirt Texas country. Well, man, between Oklahoma and Texas, that really should be like 7 states. There's that much space.
No doubt.
So when you're thinking about it, when you think of like New Mexico, Josh Schreider and Bree Bagwell, and Oklahoma, Randy Ragweed, Jason Boland, then you got East Texas, that's Co Wetzel and Whiskey Myers. You got Houston, that's me, Kreger, Robert O'Keen, Max Stalling. You got West Texas, that's Abbott, William Clark Green, Wade Bowen.
I thought William Clark Green was East Texas. Flint, I thought he was from Flint.
He's from there, but he went to school at Tech, and that's when he started writing.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
So so you really have like Texas country really exists of like 5 different genres when you really break it down.
Absolutely.
With Co Wetzel, Whiskey Myers, that's East Texas rock and roll. Mm-hmm. And then when you have Abbott and William Clark Green and all that, that's West Texas country. Fiddle. I'm going to go to the dance with my fiddle type stuff. And
I mean, you're not even mentioning like swing in
no, not at all.
Bluegrass and things like that. Yeah. Then you go to Austin, you have some psychedelic flavor to your country out there too, right? Like
you do, yeah.
Some of those guys,
all the girls wearing vintage clothing, and they're going to the White Horse, and they're 2-stepping, and you're like, oh man, I don't even know what this is.
Man, musically, it's so great to be from here, man, and be here all the time. It's just so cool. So, what is your process like, man? Is it like mainly based in lyrics, or is it melodic first, or like what's coming to you first when you're creating?
The idea, and then the melody. I try to always have a good melody, and that's why some people don't like my music, is it's real melodic. It's real like hooky. Yeah. So I like writing that way. I have an idea. I'm in the studio tomorrow. We're doing this I went through a bad breakup, and I have a lot to write about. I'm not writing anything negative. It's just a lot of heartfelt, like getting it off my chest. So this next record is, it's just dark and sad.
Yeah.
So in that process, I'm using a lot of minor chords, just a lot of like heartbreak minor chords, and just talking about it, man, getting it off my chest. So if you're going through heartbreak and you suffer from depression, this is your album.
Let's
guys.
go.
Coming right at you.
It's
Get your
coming.
Paxil, yeah, get your Zoloft ready. This is right up your alley.
When are you hoping to have that out by? If you're just starting in the studio
Um,
now.
We're trying to do a seated barbecue release party dinner in Nashville with my buddy Bill. I think October 17th is where
Wow,
we're going to
that's
try to
soon.
release it. Yeah, I'll be done with it come mid-August. Mix and master it, have it uploaded. I'd like to get it out before the new year because I want to we're releasing this really big country single in like 3 months, and that'll kick off the full band record that I'm also working on. So I want to get this one out of the way because I don't want it to represent me. I think this album will do well, but I think a lot of people that don't know me will be like, "Oh, he's a depressed songwriter," and it's like that's not my personality at all.
This would be number 9 too, right?
Number 9, yeah.
Yeah, wow, incredible. 2006, y'all, was the first debut record.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It'd be 20 years next year, man.
Oh, don't even say. I thought I must have done something wrong in my career, which most people, like my buddy said, so many people would trade places with you, Rich. You've done really well in your career. But I thought after I would do this for 20 years, I'd be like a bazillionaire on like a private jet or something. I'm still out there in a van struggling, selling maybe 200-300 tickets. But I love my career, man. I honestly built something that I really, really, truly
I was going to
enjoy.
say,
Real.
as a creative person, how do you define success personally?
I get to do it every day without answering to somebody. It's 100% real. There's nothing fake. And if I can still pay my bills doing that, I would take that then. Because I've had some big Nashville record deals.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand answering to those people. I mean, one manager made me go to an autograph signing course. And I was like, why is this important?
Yeah.
So the fact that I still get to run my own label and do everything myself and just have so much creativity and still be able to, people still pay me to do it, I think it's success. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe I won't be as rich as Jason Aldean one day, but I get to do what I get to do, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
You're sticking true to your own art too, right? Like everything you put out is what you want to put out. It's not somebody else's, suggestion or even somebody telling you like this is what we're putting out, whether you like it or not. It's hard to be passionate about something like that, I imagine.
I got stuck in that for years, and that made me so depressed. I was managers maybe cut songs I didn't want to do. Agents would, they're in my ear, and everyone thinks that they know what Rich O'Toole should do next. And I'm like, look, Rich O'Toole is a weird guy. He wants to do what Rich O'Toole wants to do, man. It's not always going to be something that's in a cell. It's not always going to be something that you're going to like, but I get to like it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's about being free rather than commercial. And
right.
I get it. Like you got to pay your bills too, so it's got to be a struggle at all times. We mentioned 8 records, almost 20 years. Looking back over that time, do you ever reflect on kind of the evolution of Rich O'Toole over that time, kind of from one record to the next?
A lot of it was yes, and a lot of it was just being broke. I didn't have the money to properly promote it. I came from a family that my mom and dad worked 2 jobs. My mom still was broke. Still was working. I didn't have a trust fund. I didn't have any support. So mine's all self-made. So we put out a record. It cost me $30,000. Well, there wasn't a budget to really hire a PR company. There wasn't a budget. So I feel like I've written a lot of great records that never got to see the next level, shining light. And that was the hardest, saddest part. So we never had a budget to promote it,
Which, I mean, again, just what you're talking about is so impressive when you look at the stats. Over 50 million streams.
Yeah.
Do you ever look at that and really kind of immerse yourself into the stats, or is it just you just don't have time to reflect?
Well, I compare myself to others, and I compare myself to like Josh Abbott, who's got like probably 300 million streams, and he has a song that has like 78 million. My biggest song has like 2.4 million or something. But I have over 30 songs with over 500,000 streams. That means the quality is there.
Yeah.
I care more about the quality than, hey, he's only had a couple big hits and the rest is shit. My deal is like, no, he's actually like had over 30 songs with over 500,000 streams. So I mean, like there's a big body of work that people are enjoying.
Yeah, people are
So
listening.
I see that as
Yeah.
success. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So I have a little segment here I like to call Clear Up Wikipedia. And
Okay.
this is, I've only done this a couple of times, so this should be fun.
We don't get to write it. Someone else writes Wikipedia.
Right, exactly. So this will be
It
fun.
sucks.
So Wikipedia is almost always wrong, and I've started actually asking the artists how much of their Wikipedia page is correct and how much is not. So we're going to go through Rich's Wikipedia page, and Rich, you just tell me if it's true or not, okay?
Okay.
All right, number one, in early 2006, Rich O'Toole released his debut album, 17. The Americana Music Times, then called the Texas Music Times, named 17 the best album of 2006 that no one told you about.
That sums up my career. It's like, that is true.
Okay.
Every album that no one told you about.
Yeah. All right, next line. O'Toole released his second album, the Mac Damon produced In a Minute or Two, on October 21st, 2008. O'Toole's third album, Kiss of a Liar, featured the duet with Josh Abbott titled I, Dios Mio, and a cover of Wilco's Casino Queen with guest performer Pat Green. Is that true?
Correct.
Wow.
That's all true. They're nailing it.
Yeah. O'Toole co-produced his fourth album, Bright Work, with Damon and Ilya Toshinsky, and released it on his personal record label, PTO Records. Is that true?
That's true. That's my mom's initials, PTO Records. That's still the name of my record label.
Okay. His latest album, which would be whenever they put this in, I imagine, Jaded, also on PTO, was released in June 2014.
Correct.
Wow.
They're nailing it.
I don't know about this, man. Okay, so O'Toole released his sixth studio album, American Kid, on March 17th, 2017. This album reached number 43 on the Billboard country charts and number 5 on the country iTunes chart.
Wrong. I think that actually made the top 20 on Billboard.
Okay, there you go. So you're wrong, Wikipedia. All right.
Wrong.
In 2020, O'Toole signed a record deal with Average Joe's Entertainment, giving him his own record imprint, Buffalo Rome Records, which released his seventh studio album, New York.
Correct.
Wow. So we got 3 more lines. With over 50 million streams on Spotify and Apple Music, O'Toole has become a household name in the Texas music scene. I know it's going to be like, in my household? How do I agree to that without being seen as not humble, right?
I'd say maybe like shitty apartment name.
All right. O'Toole is also a member of Mensa, which has launched several different successful iPhone apps. Textmoji, which sold over 65,000 units its first week and was featured in Time and People magazine.
That's true. I think it was mentioned in those magazines. Yeah, we went viral. We beat out Ellen with Textmoji. It was just a crazy idea I had to make Texas emojis. That's true. Yeah, I am a member of Mensa. I don't ever talk about that. I don't know why that's on there. I think they linked it from because they listed me as a celebrity on the Mensa Wikipedia, so maybe that's how it got linked. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that's true. Yeah.
All right, 2 more lines. O'Toole released his 8th studio album, Ghost, which is a good segue. We'll talk about that in a minute, which reached number 5 on the iTunes charts nationwide. Country Music France said the album was one of the best written records of 2024.
That's true. I think I did read that France, because I read that article. So they did say it was one of the best, yeah.
Cool. All right, last line on Rich O'Toole's Wikipedia. In 2025, O'Toole moved to Fredericksburg, Texas, to be closer to the recording studio Stone Creek Sound in Helotes, Texas. O'Toole is currently writing and recording his 9th studio album.
That is true. I did move to Fredericksburg, but it wasn't to get close to Stone Creek. It was to get the hell out of Houston and the crime and the traffic.
Yes.
So if you can edit Wikipedia, please put on there to get
get the fuck out of Houston.
To get the fuck out of Houston. Can we cuss on there?
All right.
Please write that.
So what would you give Wikipedia on your page out of 10?
I'd give them like a 95. That was they were pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad, right? All right.
A-, yeah.
Good stuff. So that was Clear Up Wikipedia. Cool stuff. We
Love
just started doing that. So I know it mentioned Ilya Toshinsky on there, who is a Grammy-winning producer that you've recorded with. How many records did you do with him?
We started working with him kind of on accident. I needed to cut tracks when we were doing man, I think it was the Kiss of a Liar record. He did a couple, but he was a studio guy. And then I went back to him when I went independent on Brightwork in 2013, and we did the whole record, tracking it as like demos with him because he was a demo guy. But he was in Bering Strait. I mean, he wins like ACM Musician of the Year. He played banjo on the song Banjo for Rascal Flatts. Like, he's the guy. And then I just started making records that way because it was the best way to make a record. I was like, wait a second, we can track this whole record with 7 different guys in a Nashville studio in a day and a half, and it costs half. It's less expensive than renting a studio in Austin and paying every individual, and it taking 2 weeks. So I found a way to shortcut making records with him, and it was twice as good because he is just he's a savant at every instrument. It literally is next level, one of the greatest musicians I know, and so me and him are still doing that. We're still working together. I cut the tracks with him. Me and Mac Damon take it and do the vocals and mixing in San Antonio, and then we get it mastered in New York with Sterling Sound. And we've been doing that for almost 10 years now. So that's like the formula.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Ghost because, I mean, 2024, it was one of my favorite records of last year. It's just such a dope record, 12 tracks. Including the one that's out now that, you know, it's going to be my song of the day for July 4th, obviously, 4th of July. We have to have Rich O'Toole on that. Just a phenomenal record, man. Tell us how the record came to be, like, because this isn't all sad songs. This is kind of middle of the road when it comes to emotion, right?
Yeah, I wrote that record. I was dating someone at the time. We were getting really seriously, and so I was still, I was in love. And, when you write a record, when you're in love, you write more upbeat songs. And my buddy just bought a ranch out in the hill country at the time, so I was falling in love with the hill country, and I was writing. And I had some past songs I wanted to get off my chest, like Last Laugh Samantha and things like that. So this all came together, and I thought it was the best record I ever wrote. I don't know why it didn't do better than it did. I have no idea. Honestly, because we didn't have the money. We spent all the money on the budget on making the record, and then we didn't have a PR team. We didn't have a press. It was, that stuff's really expensive, so it didn't really get the press that it needed to.
Yeah.
American Songwriter gave it a really good article. I just think that after COVID, there's so much noise out there. There's so many kids that got famous on TikTok that you can put out a great record like Ghost, and it would slip under so many radars because there was just so many kids out there putting records out.
Yeah, I feel like the music industry is kind of shifting in that way, right? Not just like the TikTok instant fame, like instant gratification kind of stuff, but like there's so much DIY out there now too, right? Like,
oh God,
yeah, like people, and then I mean that's not even to talk about AI too, kind of getting in on it too, which sucks.
Right? I don't even know where to begin with that. That's scary, man. I played a house party last weekend. They had like 30 songs they wrote for me when I showed up. They're like, "Hey, Rich, we got like all these songs that we wrote for you." I'm like, "You wrote them?" No, we have a little AI computer thing, and we typed in beans and chili, and we typed in, with this and that, and what they played me was amazing. They were great written songs.
It's ridiculous,
like fully produced, and I'm like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen is Sony's going to actually release a fake artist to radio. The average American's going to fall in love with it.
It's already happened.
They're probably going to go buy a ticket to watch a fake hologram sing them back to them.
Yeah.
While they just get
so
drunk.
Apparently, the latest news is there's a Spotify artist called, I want to say Velvet Sundown.
Okay.
And so they came out of nowhere, and they have 475,000 monthly followers on Spotify almost instantly. 5,000 a month monthly revenue, and it's all AI. Every bit of it.
That's insane. I mean, I should just go. I've always wanted to be a chef, so I should just go work in a kitchen and quit after this podcast, honestly.
Oh, no quitting.
Because, like, what is the point?
Yeah.
Should they have to, like, when you buy, back to wine, when you buy a bottle of Chianti or champagne from France, there's a sticker on there that they have to get that says this was actually made in Chianti, Italy. Mm-hmm. That's how it should be. There should be stickers on the albums that was like, "This was sung by a human being."
I agree.
Who's trying to pay his mortgage. Mm-hmm. That's what it should say.
It should.
That's just ridiculous because honestly, people are getting selfish. They don't care if it's a human. They just want to hear a song they like.
Most people don't care as long as it bops nowadays, and that's sad.
Yeah,
man. It truly is. And honestly, even as someone who consumes music a lot. Like, I listen to music every single day. It's getting harder and harder to tell the organic from the AI, and that scares the bejesus out of me because I don't want to like something that's AI.
No,
You know what
no,
I mean?
not at all. I think that the songwriters that's going to happen are people that are actually telling. It's like it wasn't written by AI. It was like composed by someone
Right.
who like used AI, and it was like, what's going to happen? This shouldn't happen. It's just so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
They're just not going to make it. What the hardest? That's why I'm so like madly admire Jason Isbell. Is like I feel like he is the last great artist that has ever to be born. Like I truly believe that.
I hope not.
There's more.
I
out
hope
there.
you're wrong, man. I hope you're
He
wrong.
just does everything so organic and great.
Yeah.
I look up to that guy. I really do.
Yeah. You should. I mean, he's amazing. But
Yeah.
I hope you're wrong about that. Did you hear about the Grammy Awards change in the country music category? Did you hear about this?
What? Oh, no, is there like 39?
No. So what they
categories?
did,
No.
it used to be that it was just the country music artist of the year or whatever, and then
Yeah.
that was one category. Well, they split it into two categories now. It's contemporary country artist of the year and traditional country artist of the year. Do you think that's a good change, or how do you feel? About
Yeah,
that?
totally. There should be like 9. There should
Yeah.
be like 9 categories. It's like it should be like bro country artist of the year. Regional. There should be like a Texas country. There should be like, he has the most jewelry on artist of the year. I don't know. It's getting insane. Why stop at 2?
Right. Well, I think it's a good change too, man. I just like people are so like gung ho about their country music. They're not willing to invite anybody in, which is why I loved again the remix of the G-Town song, man. And I loved it so much.
It's kind of heartbreaking to watch Beyonce get so much hate because I grew up on Beyonce's music. She's from Houston. I love her. She's Southern. She's always wanted to do something country, and then she's trying to do it.
Mhm.
And honestly, like the African American population, they love country. They like dressing up, man. It's fun. Like when the rodeo comes and Bun B plays it,
Yep.
like everyone there, 99% of them are African American. And man, they're wearing like cowboy boots. They're decking out. That's great, dude. Like they're appreciating culture
Yeah.
as we appreciate their culture. And so that's why I don't like, people that are on there like Beyonce ain't country. It's like, well, she's from the South. She's from country.
I mean, why do we have to
You
put
know,
walls around
why
our
do you-
art? It
yeah.
doesn't make sense, man.
Dolly Parton loves it. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man.
Well, look at all the hate that Billy Bob's got when they announced Paul Wall was playing there. I don't know if you saw that.
You got hate for that?
Yeah, there was crazy amounts of hate on their
Oh, I thought it was awesome.
yeah, there was people like complaining about it in the comments. Like, just I would say it was probably like 70-30 positive, but there was 30% that was negative.
Billy Bob's has hosted like 80s butt rock. And
I
they've
know,
hosted all-
but the
they had
one
Sir
one
Mix-a-Lot.
rapper
What
and
are you worried
everybody
about?
went to. It was just crazy, man. It's nuts.
Oh,
So
come on.
exactly.
Paul Wall's awesome. That's
All
on
right,
your iPad. If you go to a party, you're listening to like Coetzel, Paul Wall, Bun B, Rich O'Toole. It's all over the place. So why wouldn't your favorite music venue have? I don't understand.
Doesn't make sense. I know.
Yeah.
Stop putting walls around music, man. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to that either. Obviously you're very passionate about music and songwriting, but what are some things you enjoy doing outside of music?
I do. I was a history double major at A&M, so communication history. So I
Did
collect
not
rare
know that.
coins.
Interesting.
I go and I antique hunt. I collect coins. I don't really antique hunt. That sounds like it's kind of weird. I actually seek out like old pieces of things that I can like flip or sell. Or like right now, I'm really into rare coins that I can like flip or sell. I love it. It's like being a pirate.
Yeah.
You go into an old lady's antique shop and then she's got a coin that was passed down and it's worth 85 and you're trying to buy it for 45 and you're just like, give me all your booty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, stuff like that, man. I love food, as you know. That was the hardest part about giving up wine is because I paired everything with wine. But I love food. I love restaurants. I like nature. I like to hike. I have a beautiful backyard here in Fredericksburg and the deer come at dusk. And it just, a lot of my hobbies just revolve around wildlife and history.
And still one of the best follows on social media of anybody I know, man. I tell you what, it's so much fun.
It's authentic. You may not enjoy it, but it's real.
I always wake up and I
real.
look at my wife and I say, I wonder what Rich is going to say today, man. So, yeah, your posts about, like, country fried steak here recently, I was just like, it's so true. There's, like, nobody has good country fried steak anymore. And, like, I'm a chicken fried chicken kind of guy, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell if a restaurant is good based off of their chicken fried chicken, I feel.
100%.
Yeah. So
And that was big like 10 years ago, I feel. And now it's like everyone's gotten into craft barbecue or smaller plates.
Water sauce, the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's like watered down. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
We're going to do our fun segments now. These will be little TikToks and Reels with Rich O'Toole. This will be a little fun. There's like 8 or 9 of these. I think you'll have fun with them. First one's called Did You Know? Can you tell us something that your fans may not know about you?
Like I said, I collect rare coins. I suffer from claustrophobia. I'm scared of heights.
Me too. I am too. I'm there with you.
I'm a car guy, so I just recently bought a Ineos Grenadier. It's like a 80s Defender, but they're new. It's kind of a cool car. I don't really collect guitars anymore. They got too expensive. I paint, so I do a lot of painting.
So a lot of creative stuff between music.
I like to create.
Yeah.
I like
that. All right, next one is called Mount Rushmore. Who is on Rich O'Toole's Mount Rushmore of Texas artists?
Okay, Townes Van Zandt, Robert Earl Keen, Guy Clark, and man, I consider us friends. We're not that close, so it's hard to like put him in there because like if I look up to him, and he's not really a Texas artist. He's from Idaho, but I really love Willie Braun.
Nice.
I think Willie Braun's one of the most creative geniuses.
He's amazing
out there. Yeah.
I'm surprised George Strait didn't make yours.
Oh shit! I mean, okay, George.
But who comes off though, right?
Well, Willie, we'll kick Willie off, put George Strait on there.
All right.
George Strait's the George Washington of
kind
the
of
presidents.
Right? Yeah,
like you mention him first, and then you mention everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so next one is called What the Heck? These are just 5 rapid-fire questions. Just tell me the first thing that pops into your brain.
Okay.
First one I got here is, what is your best joke?
Best joke. Okay, this guy's walking down the street, and he sees. You got time for this one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, he's walking down the street. He sees a guy, and it's a sign that says "Talking dog for sale, $10." So he walks up. He's like, "Can that dog talk?" And the dog starts talking. The dog's like, "Yeah, I'm a talking dog." And the guy's like, "Holy shit, a talking dog!" Like, and the dog's like, "Yeah, when I was a puppy, I worked for George Bush, and he'd leave me behind in Iraq, and he'd come get me, and I would tell him all the secrets. And I worked for Obama, and he would do the same thing as an older dog, like forget me in the room, and I would hear. And then I kind of worked for Trump here, and now I'm just kind of with this homeless guy helping him cross the street. And the guy's like, "Holy shit, a talking dog!" And he looks at the guy, and he goes, "Dude, why are you selling this dog for $10?" And he goes, "That dog's a fucking liar. He's never done any of that shit."
Let's go. A freaking lying dog.
It's a fucking lying dog, dude.
Yeah.
I told that joke on stage, and like this lady yelled out, she's like, "We don't get it." I'm like, it's ironic. The dog, he's still selling the dog. He can still talk.
It's still a talking dog. It's just lying.
He lied about doing all that cool shit.
That's funny. That reminds me of the parrot that Andrew Jackson had, President Andrew Jackson. And Andrew Jackson was known as like one of the most vile mouths ever. Like he cussed all the time. And they had to fucking remove the parrot from his funeral because he was just cussing up a storm. Yeah.
Is that true?
That is a true story. Yeah. True story.
That's awesome.
Yep. True story. That's awesome stuff. All right, number 2. This wasn't as rapid fire as we thought. That's all right. Number 2. Do you think fat people should be allowed to go skinny dipping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let it go.
Yeah. I think we call that chunky dunking, perhaps.
Chunky dunking.
Chunky dunking.
I'm a curious guy. I'm always wanting to see what things are like. I don't know if I should say that, but it doesn't bother me. People's appearances don't bother me. I'm just curious. I'm like,
yeah.
That's what that looks like.
Speaking of a good joke, you might like this one. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm going to tell this. How can
Let's hear it.
how can you tell which guy is the blind guy at the nudist colony?
What's you say it again?
How can you tell which guy at the nudist colony is blind?
Oh, he's got his hands on all the boobs or something. I don't
No,
know.
it isn't hard.
Oh,
All right.
oh, that's good, dude. That's good. So you got to be clever to pick that up.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. If Rich O'Toole wrote a book, what would it be about?
What would it be about? How funny life is and why it makes zero sense.
Nice.
And basically, I think the title would be like, "What am I doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
Or "What is this?" Because it's just about like, man, every day I wake up, you really have no idea what is going to happen, and what you have planned is not going to go as planned. It's honestly like every day is a new, season of your life. It's like, okay, what's going to happen today?
I feel like the older I get, the more proof I have that we're living in a simulation. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
It's
Then I
so
gotta stop
weird.
and I'm like, is this the Truman Show? Like I look for the cameras. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Is this really happening right now?
Yeah, and then I see something historical that I should have known that I didn't, or maybe I forgot it or something, and I'm like, somebody is updating history without me knowing. Like, so weird. Anyway,
100%.
all right, number 4. If you could go back in time and witness anything in history, what would it be?
Back in time to witness anything in history, I think it would be how Elvis. I think Elvis. My mom got to see Elvis in the 70s.
Is there a
but his,
specific thing that Elvis is doing that you would like to see?
I would like to see Elvis in Vegas. Like, I would like to eat dinner with Elvis in Vegas and to see what that was like.
Okay, very cool.
Just drink a scotch across the table with Elvis.
So I'm a
And
huge
just talk.
Elvis fan, and anytime I have somebody on the show that tells me like a personal Elvis story, I'm just completely in awe. Like I just had T.G. Shepherd on the show, and like they were really
wow.
Yeah, they were really tight. So like I got to ask like actual direct Elvis questions. Like how, obviously you don't want to say like what was he like, you don't want to be like a fangirl, so you come up with something cool or whatever. But yeah, there's been a few times over the course of podcasting where we've had people on the show. I had Jerry Phillips on the show once, Sam Phillips' son, and he grew up with Elvis, so like that was cool. I would love to do anything with Elvis. My mom got to see him in concert too, and she always talks about it, and I hate that. I'm just like, you shush.
Have you watched that movie? It's really good. It was kind of like under the radar. Kevin Spacey played Nixon. Elvis Visits Nixon. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I'm gonna have to.
Oh my God, is that a good laugh, dude? I
Okay.
mean, you the same personality. You're gonna die.
Okay.
And it's all factual and it's all true of how it happened. And it's not supposed to be a comedy, but let me tell you, it's a comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
It is hilarious.
All right.
I mean, Elvis goes in the White House with a gun. Then tries to give it to Nixon. He's like, "Sir, you cannot bring a gun." Like, it is phenomenal.
I'll check
It's
it
called
out.
Elvis Meets Nixon.
Okay. All right. Last one on what the heck. Okay. If people sometimes say heavens no, and then people sometimes say hell yes as well, how come there's no purgatory perhaps?
I don't know. I think it's just too vague.
Yeah.
Yeah, purgatory perhaps would be like, hey,
mean-
do you like squash? I'd be like, purgatory perhaps.
I mean, can you see yourself on stage? Everybody give me a purgatory perhaps.
Yeah, maybe like Bible camp. That's a good Bible camp. Rock and roll.
Bible camp.
Everyone give me a purgatory perhaps. I'm like,
Let's
okay.
go. You got to say it under your
Breathe.
breath, right? Like, all right, that was what the heck with Rich O'Toole. Oh, man, I love that segment. Okay, so next one's called One Artist. Who is one artist that you wish the entire world knew about?
I think Charlie Shafter is one of the best songwriters in Texas,
Yeah.
and people do know about him down here. But I think he deserves a really big career as a major famous songwriter. He's just so good.
Good
Yeah,
answer. I
Charlie,
love that.
Charlie Shafter. Yeah.
All right, next one. What is the biggest lesson you ever learned directly from music?
Learn to keep your mouth shut. I'm an Irish Catholic guy, and I like to drink a lot. And when I'm drunk, I just like to tell people my opinion, and it's just not warranted
Yeah.
in the music industry. You're going to get blackballed from venues and people's tour buses real quick. I didn't have too much of a problem with that, but dude, I just like to have fun, and I just tell people if I'm drunk, I'll tell people like, hey, I don't think that song was that great.
So if that's what you learned from music, when that seems very anti-outlaw. So when did you become less outlaw?
I should just own it. Be like, yeah, he's a prick that drinks a lot of wine. Went to rehab, and I was back drinking wine again. Like, what an asshole!
Exactly.
I'd probably sell more records, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. I think you just get tired of being a jerk. There's not really. Everyone says the word, like, if you think about what a true outlaw is, it would be me. It works with zero labels, has zero anything, is out there just cruising, pirating the Texas country.
Started your own label.
That's an outlaw. Yeah, that's an outlaw.
Yeah. Like just starting your own label, like that's so outlaw.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy outlaw, man. Next
Yeah.
one's moment of gravity. I always struggle to ask this one, but like everybody has that moment in time that kind of changes or shifts their path to where they ended up. For you, it's music and songwriting
Right.
and all that. Can you kind of trace your path back to a singular event?
Yeah, I think I didn't have the best childhood growing up. My mom really tried her a lot. She was just working two jobs, and I think that the single path really was like loneliness. I think that I was so lonely as a child that I had this empty heartbreak soul. And so when I got to write music, it was the most cheapest therapy I could get my hands on. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of it just like me still getting over my loneliness,
Mhm.
just songwriting. And that's where like that hurt that I carry around as a child, I think really comes out in my music.
So it just started as therapy.
Sorry, was that like
essentially.
too dark?
Not at all, man. That's why we podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
And I get it, dude. I'm an only child myself, so I completely understand it. Yeah. Next one's called Grateful. What are the three things you're most grateful for?
In my 20s, I thought I was invincible until I broke my neck in my 30s. And now I'm just grateful, like seeing people. I'm grateful that I'm just healthy, that I can walk, and that I can go and have access to do my favorite things every day. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful just to be able to do that. I don't care about money anymore. I just care about having enough money to survive and doing things that I love. And that's it. I'm just so grateful that I'm still able to walk, breathe, create, and enjoy life.
Love it,
So many
man.
people don't have that option.
So we are almost at an hour, and I'm on my last question. And
Sweet.
It's always comes in at an hour, so I'm getting pretty good at this.
Yeah.
So last one is called "Who Do You Think You Are?" So this
Who
is
do you think you are? I am. Is it the guy from
exactly.
the bowling
So
thing?
who is Rich O'Toole?
Man, I think Rich O'Toole is just a down the middle dude that likes Tex-Mex food, likes collecting coins, that likes to write music. Still loves beer and wine, but he's not drinking it right now. And loves to travel, loves to experience new things, is curious, and likes to have a lot of fun, likes to laugh, and likes to explore, and just all around has a big heart. I do like helping people, and I hate to see people get hurt.
And I mean, shoot, you can tell that from being a follower of yours, man. Kindness is paramount, and I know that about you. Rich, I'm
Yeah,
so
thank you.
happy that you were able to come on. I hope, I don't know what sobriety is going to hold for you. I know you're not going to know either. But I hope you
Yeah.
get whatever you need to from it. I hope you continue to be healthy because you look great.
Oh, thanks.
And you sound amazing. And it's such a pleasure to have you back on the show. And again, man, I hope you get out of it whatever you really want from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was good. The thing was, it was until it wasn't. And when I stopped enjoying beer and wine and started using it as medicine is when it all just didn't work out for me. So I'm actually love being sober right now, and I don't see it ever turning around. And if it does, I'd probably immediately ask for help again if I did slip up or something, or I'd plan it. I'd be like, hey, I missed having beer. You're not, as an addict, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to be like, oh, I'll plan my relapse in a year. But I don't know, if I get married one day and I want to have a glass of wine, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for me. Honestly, I'm such a more passionate, kind, giving person sober that I don't ever want to lose that side of Rich O'Toole again. I always said it was Rich. It was Rich that I really liked. It was the O'Toole that was an asshole.
Yeah. Blame it on the Irish side, right?
Yeah, very Irish.
Man, new record possibly in October coming from Rich O'Toole. That'll be record number 9. I'm going to let everybody know where you can follow along with this awesome guy. It's richotoole.com. That's with an E at the end. And you can get to all of his social medias through there, but I will tell you where he's at and how you get there. On TikTok, it's at the Rich O'Toole. On Facebook, it is Rich O'Toole Music. X is just Rich O'Toole. Instagram is just Rich O'Toole. And YouTube is Rich O'Toole. So follow along on all of those things. And we'll put all of that in the description below, as well as a copy of or a link directly to Ghost as well, so people can check it out.
Please, yeah, that record needs to be heard. Honestly, I'm still fighting for it. And I honestly, the rest of my life will, because I just think it's such a great, fun record.
I think it's your best work yet, to be honest with you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and,
thank you so much.
I'm excited about the new one as well. Maybe we can hook up for a quick one after that comes out. And appreciate you, man.
I'd love to. I appreciate you. I've been a fan, and I love listening to your podcast. I see it on Instagram, every week. So I'm lucky to be on here as well. So thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, this is Zach Mayberry. Thanks for tuning in to the Boston Chris Show.